Hey guys, this is Simon to Geek, and this is the last video I'll ever make on the console wars, just because this shit is stupid. Alright, the console wars used to be fun. They used to be fun, intelligent arguments on forums. They used to be nice, intelligent, straight to the point, nice arguing, not retardation. The retardedness of the 7th generation of consoles is the only one I've ever seen. I mean, back in the day, the Xbots of yesteryear, they were completely fucking stupid, and they really couldn't have another argument besides Halo, 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 Halo. And they tried to say that SOCOM was stupid and inferior to Halo, which I did not believe. In fact, SOCOM is still one of my favorite online games today. And yeah, I was the PS2 guy. I was called a Sony fanboy, just like I'm called the 360 fanboy this generation. But you see, my interests don't change. As long as the thing has a great game library, I could really give shit about the hardware. Because the PS2, I had to replace that fucker more times than my 360. Alright? I've had 4 breakdowns of that piece of shit. First one, it was the stupid audio cord thing. When I pulled it pulled out the whole fucking audio, like the audio video port. I don't know what the hell happened there. Guy got stuck or something. And then the other time, the power supply just failed on me. And the first time it ever got broken is the lens got broken because I bought my PS2, you know, the fat one, and it has the lens problem where the lens just randomly stops reading. And I've had to replace that thing 4 times, and I've had no problem. I have no problem with that. My 360 I've only had to replace once, and that was due to my own fault. And yeah, so yeah, I don't experience the major failure rate that most people get, and then it has to do with with the room and stuff. And yeah, I just find that if you have in a cold room, if you keep, like, honestly, if you're in electronics, if you have a lot of electronics on, the best thing is to keep it in a cold room. Even not just the 360, it's general hardware in general. It's like just keep a lot of fans and stuff on because it's gonna get hotter than hell. My iMac generates a shitload of heat. Any iMac owner will tell you the same. This thing is a fucking heater. So yeah. Now in the winter I've had no problems and my iMac's not that hot, but you know, that's how it is. And just like Guru, my main problem with the PS3 is the community. I was going to buy one for a Blu-ray player because I really want a Blu-ray player. There's not many games I want on the PS3. The PS3's game library fairly doesn't interest me. I played Little Big Planet, and honestly, there's far better PS3 games than Little Big Planet. I really don't see the hype. I'd rather play Call of Duty 4. I'd rather play, I'd rather play Call of Duty 4. I'd rather play Ratchet and Clank, and I'd rather play Eye of Judgment than Little Big Planet. I really don't see the draw. I mean, the draw is to the creativity of the user, but the core gameplay, frankly, is mediocre. I really don't see the draw to actually playing the game. I see the draw to actually creating stuff in the game, but playing the game itself, I would get bored after 2.5 hours. So, yeah, I just don't see the draw. Ooh, I can wiggle his head back and forth by tilting the controller. I can make his arms shake. Whatever. I really don't. It's just not my interest, and for saying that, people are going to hate on this video. I'm sorry, but in my personal opinion, Little Big Planet does not deserve a 10 out of 10. Just like Halo doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10. Metal Gear Solid 4 doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10. These games are there for fan base hype. I mean, seriously, if Little Big Planet was a little announcement out of the blue, no one ever heard of it, it would have never gotten good scores. I'm telling you that right now. If Little Big Planet wasn't hyped up to hell as it is before it came out, it would have gotten 6s and 7s. If Metal Gear Solid 4 was a random game out of the blue, didn't have any, prequels before it, I'm telling you, it would have gotten 5s and 6s. Same for Halo. These games aren't that groundbreaking and brilliant as people think they are. A lot of underrated series like Pikmin and other series that I like on the PS3, Pixel Junk Monsters. I never see people talking about that, and that's honestly one of my favorite games on the system. I almost bought a used 20 gig just for that game because that game is awesome. So yeah, what draws me away from the PS3 really is the community and the lack of games that I want on it. And the community is horrible. I've never seen, excuse any type of language, like I know this will be very offensive, but the PS3 community fan base, the real big fanboys, are the most Nazi-like mentality I've ever seen. Alright, you all know when Gears of War 2 came out, a bunch of PS3 fanboys went over to Metacritic and gave it all the way down to a 2 score user rating. And then, I know 360 fanboys responded, but, what the fuck? Is there any point in that? You've never played the game. You're never going to play it. You probably don't even own a 360. Why, people who aren't involved in your fan war thing have to suffer through deciding whether the game is good or not by the user rating? That's fucking bullshit. And you know what? Metacritic's even thinking about deleting the user rating altogether because people like you abusing it. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. I really don't see why you have to ruin something for everyone due to your little penis war. It's just retarded. I've never seen anything this stupid going on in other console wars. You go over to the PS3 and 360 and Wii, like GameStop articles, and you see the reviews, and it's just fanboys who've never even fucking played or bought the system saying stupid shit about it. The thing about the 7th generation console war is that the consoles are so similar in weaknesses and strengths, it's ridiculous. The strengths of the 360 are its very strong and solid library. It's very unique and user friendly and brilliant. Xbox Live experience and how everything works. It's easy. Everyone can get it. It's so just there. And its weakness is the Red Ring of Death. With PS3, its strengths in this are like its media compatibility, Blu-ray player, and its weaknesses are like the online isn't that user friendly, and the game library in America is very weak. I mean, in Japan, I would fucking buy. If I lived in Japan, I would buy a PS3 day one because they have so many great exclusives that are only in Japan. It's not even funny. But one thing that's so stupid, they tell me that I have to own the PS3 in order to judge it. But I'm sorry, I judge products before I buy them because if I don't, I might come out disappointed. Here's a fine fucking example. This thing's a piece of shit. There's like 9 games that are even good for it. The game library is so crap. I'm happy about the DS also. If I didn't, I get bashed on for bashing on this thing. And look, I own it. Cheapy D from Cheap Ass Gamer gets called the 360 fanboy all the time. He owns a PS3. He owns and plays the PS3 a lot. His wife plays Pixel Junk Eden a lot. They play SingStar constantly. Yet, just because he bought, a couple of things, multi-plat things on the 360, PS3 fanboys have to be fucking bashing him all the time. I really don't see how he's a 360 fanboy. I can see how Major Nelson giving him free shit can, persuade him to one side, but he can't be a 360 fanboy. He loves his DS, he loves his 360, he doesn't like the Wii too much, but he loves his PS3, and he likes his PSP. He plays them all the time. And yet, the fan base of the PS3 calls him, what have they called him? Major Nelson Dick Sucker, 360 fanboy, 360 leaning podcast. It's like fucking stupid. I mean, seriously, just back the hell off of him, man. He does great stuff. He saves you fucking money. I don't see why you have to bash him for that. And that's just my whole entire problem. I really don't have any other problems with the PS3 other than I listed, the games in the community. And this is my last console video.